Tonight on The Batch
Welcome
Boys.
to The Batch Boys.
This
We
one
are
is
boys.
all about
Love
the
the
fans.
I'm Ryan S.
And
I'm
also The
Casey.
Bachelorette.
I'm Jake C.
It all starts right
And
now.
It is week 7 of Hannah's
I
season.
can keep track. That number gets too high for me to keep track.
I'm lost. It feels like some kind of time paradox, like a Groundhog's Day thing going. I'm feeling like. Because it's just feeling like
every
repetitive.
season of this show is the same.
Well, no. Hey, you said
That's
yourself.
heresy.
Away from the
crispy
table.
heresy.
Yeah. You crispy heretic. That's messed up, man. No.
Crispy dying.
I'm just saying this season started to feel a little repetitive. I feel like we just get like Luke says something out of line.
3 weeks
Hannah
in a
scolds
row,
him.
man.
3 weeks in a row, man. And Garrett's just kind of like derping his way through 3 weeks in a row, man. You know?
Well, he's fallen in love for her.
Absolutely.
3 weeks in a row, man.
He
Stay
went
in your
chest
lane.
to chest.
Puffing out chests.
Yeah, there was puffing out chest. There was chest to chest.
I like
there
that
was
Tyler got in on the action in a way that was just like, dude, I'm above this action. So stop it. Stay in your
Just
lane.
kidding. Here's why I hate you.
Well, he was low key about it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, everybody's involved, so nobody's hands are clean.
Well, they clearly exclude Luke from everything, including Jed's horrible songs around the piano after the credits.
They're doing him a favor.
Yeah.
These are Mr. Right, girl.
We'll get to
Jed.
Jed. We'll get to Jed.
Are
Well,
we
yeah,
gonna
let's
get to Jed?
let's come back to Jed.
Honestly, no. Should we assault this character? I feel like we've been skipping him all season, and I got stuff. I got pent up
Have
stuff.
we? I haven't noticed.
Well, we always say we're gonna get to him, and we never get to him.
Well, we're skipping him, though.
Yeah, we're skipping it.
Have
We're
we
gonna come
skipped
back
it
to
enough?
him.
No. We'll
get back-
continue
we'll get back to
skipping
it.
Jed. We're skipping Jed for now.
We'll give you a surprise Jed character assassination, just like we do our surprise plugs.
Speaking of surprise plugs,
Surprise
www.batchboys.net, at the Batch Boys on Instagram, facebook.com/batchboys. That was almost perfect.
.instagram.com.
Batchboys.com/Facebook/Jed/Fahim.
Be sure to go to the Fahim page on batchboys.net, you guys. That's where you can donate money to us so that we can get Fahim off our backs. He wants an undisclosed amount of money for a domain we never asked for, batchboys.com. Get out of here, Fahim.
Please,
We need your money.
Money equals safety to us. We're so scared. Help us, fans.
Money is time, and time is corn.
Time is corn.
Time is corn.
Yeah, because as we all know, time's money. And if the movie industry's taught us anything, corn is money, because that's where they make all their monies in the concessions. So what does that mean? What have we learned? Time is money. Corn is money. Time is corn. And corn is time.
This message was brought to you by Chris Souls.
He's doing hard corn time.
I bet. Well, Chris was involved in some hardcore corn, you know?
Nice.
Nice. That was fun.
I want to talk about
When you
Garrett.
saw that guy, you forgot to honk the corn.
Oh, come on. No. I don't want to do a whole loop of this. Corn's got a lot of things that rhymes with it.
Well, that was also a Chris Souls murder allegation roped into one.
Yeah.
Technically, it was vehicular manslaughter,
guy,
which I
yeah.
think is misdemeanor. I don't know the legal system.
I think it's a
Either
little above
way.
a
Yeah,
misdemeanor.
it's a maze demeanor.
It's a mage demeanor.
Because he's a wizard.
Harry.
Yes, he is. You were saying, Garrett?
Yeah, I want to talk about Garrett because I don't like him.
He's
terrible.
This is Casey's Takes. Casey, take it away in your brand new segment, debut segment. You've been talking about this for weeks.
I've never had a take before.
We're giving you your chance here, Case.
Hey, man.
Because we
stay
want it
in-
all restrained to one segment. The rest of the show, you gotta be quiet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, you going to kick me out of the studio?
Shut your
Depending
mouth.
on how the segment goes.
I sleep here, okay? You can show yourself
it's
the
'cause
door.
We all sleep
It's
here.
'cause
It's a
you're between
massive
jobs.
estate.
Sweet dreams, Case.
Ooh, that's very
Thank you. That was pretty
scary.
pretty bad.
Wow, that was cool. Did you
Thank
think of
you.
that all by yourself?
I did.
Guys, it's time. Stay in your lane, dude. It's
Oh my
time for
God.
Casey's Take.
Do it, Casey. Casey's
His
takesies.
special huge segment.
Casey's takesies.
Garrett is a small man, not just in stature, but in heart and character.
But
He's
not
a-
in hair.
Wow. Yes, very tall hair. But
Speak on it.
no, I
Yes.
just think that he's petty and thinks that he's like
Peak
smart and
description.
cunning, but he's really just like snide and
Yes.
annoying
Oh yeah.
and
Queen.
frankly unattractive. You know?
Ooh, tell it like it is.
Jazz.
Speak your truth.
We stand a Casey.
Absolutely. No, you're right. You are right.
Yeah, everything you're saying is correct. It's just more fun to snap.
It just has less impact as you patronize it.
Dude, all I'll say is this. You can bring that segment back anytime. That was a huge victory, and you could stay at the table.
Yeah.
But he can't talk.
No, he could talk. You earned it. But no, I agree. Garrett's a small
time.
man. No, because he's so petty.
You got to earn your airtime every week.
Will you talk about Garrett?
Quit talking about Casey.
We have fans.
Stay in your lane, dude.
We have fans who are yearning for us to talk about The Bachelor, and we have some really good material this week.
We do.
So let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's
get it.
Hands in, guys. A toast.
Our hands are in.
We'll get to the action as soon as we toast with glasses full of Tide detergent.
To Buzzcoin.
We're sponsored by Tide, and we're
How
also
long are our hands gonna be here?
Over the equipment.
for 3 more seconds. Roll Tide. That's not what Hannah meant, but it's who we're sponsored by.
Ew.
Detergent.
Yeah, clean.
Cheers.
That's good detergent.
Jeez.
Boy, you really took a big gulp of your detergent, huh?
Yeah, I'm covered in it.
Case, Garrett, may we?
I would like to.
Do it, Casey. Casey, do it.
No, not it's anyone other than me. I've started the
Yeah, he already had a whole
conversation.
segment. I got one. No, it's that he was so petty, dude. And he is continually bringing up this drama with Luke, and he's not staying in his lane. He's coming at Luke, and he was being hypocritical. He was like, Luke was like, all right, man, just like stay in your lane, you know, like just don't talk about me with Hannah tomorrow. And he was like, well, why should I promise to do that? It was like, well, Garrett, you literally made Luke promise not to do that to you.
Yeah, and Luke's been the smaller man.
I'm not trying to
until
defend
now.
Luke.
No, it's true though. It's like if you're gonna try to be a big man and like be like a good person, you have to hold yourself to the same standard. Otherwise, you're meaningless and you're a tiny boy, Garrett. You're a tiny boy.
Yeah, he's a tiny
They're
little
both
man.
pretty short.
Yeah. Someone said he's 5'8".
I think they said that about Luke.
Did you
that's
confirm
Yeah,
that?
but I mean,
Garrett's
they're
shorter
about the
than that.
same.
They all seem short. How tall is Hannah?
Well, Connors is like 7 feet tall.
That's so
Yeah.
true. He looks like he's just hanging on by a thread, and he knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
he's
that's
like,
what
I left
happens
these
with
notes.
those tall ones. Their organs grow too fast.
So true.
They
He's,
have like cardiovascular issues later on in life.
well, 'cause
yeah, you
that's-
could say that his heart's breaking. Is broken.
it will be.
Mhm.
What do you think? You think Connors gets
Rip
a home time?
Connors.
Dude,
Yeah,
he-
preemptive Rip Connors.
He had a good move. in
Say
the
what's
beginning.
up to Mike's grandma.
Wow, that's a-
and Tyler's dad.
That's it. Tyler's dad is fine, and so is Mike's grandma. But that's a funny bit.
Thank you.
And if you don't know that bit, check out season 10, episode 1. So this season premiere. It was a great
Mhm.
bit. Mike's done better, I think, as far as staying in
I
his
like
lane.
him.
No, yeah, but he was such a busybody, like for the first
Yeah.
half of this season.
Yeah, ever since I stopped giving him airtime, he's been a lot easier to watch.
It's so true though.
Like actually,
No, because he's so nosy, and all he does is
Yes.
talk smack. Like he doesn't get as
he
directly
just kind of
involved.
jumps in with the digs. Like other people are like, "Hey, I'll take you on head on," and Mike's like, "Hey, but I'll say something kind of sly," and it's like, "Okay, Mike." Like,
Like today when he was like, "Oh, Luke's talking about Windows," and Luke was like, "Oh, you like were told what I said in that private conversation, and you brought it up now to make fun of me publicly."
yeah,
It's like, again, I'm not siding with Luke, but
I
people
missed
are
that thing.
picking
What was the
on
whole
him.
Windows thing?
it was the car. He's talking about he's driving his lane because he takes everything so literally, even though he uses the word metaphorically.
to drive.
Yeah, exactly. He just takes it to these steps that just don't make sense anymore. But the whole
They're all Fulbright
analogy,
scholars here, so
the whole analogy was that he's in his lane, literally in a car, figuratively, of course, and he looks over out the window and sees someone else in their lane in their car,
Metaphorically.
metaphorically, of course. and it's Tyler, Garrett, or whoever it happens to be at the time,
And they're drunk. And the cops are chasing them.
Yeah, and then on the next lane is Chris Soules, and he's dragging something. It's hard to tell, and he's got a wild look in his eye. He's got a pained smile, frantic, but it's a smile.
It's there.
It's there. Anyway, he stayed in his lane. That's why you don't cross people's lanes, because you get mowed down.
You get Chris Soules.
Anyway, I totally digress, but that was the whole thing with him and Mike. And I agree. Mike, of the people left, Mike is kind of
there.
Yeah, he's just there. He'll.
No, I think he'll.
I don't know where he'll be. I don't know where the four are right now.
I think
That's
he's going on
something
next
I'd be
week.
interested
Mike,
in.
I think he's absolutely
I
going
feel
on
like Mike
next
I don't think Mike
Connors
gets a
go.
hometown.
Yeah.
Hometowns are, well, a quick RIP to the biggest loser I know, Dylan. I've been talking about it all season.
Yes.
I mean, low-key, I get
Speak
one
on
dig.
it.
Okay, this is my segment, and then I'll be quiet for the rest of the episode. Dylan, you are small and sweaty and have too slicked hair. And you wear suits that you were told would look good on you by suit salesmen who really just needed to meet a certain number of sales in the expensive ugly suit category, and so they sold it to you because they knew they could rob you blind.
Preach. And he wears a scarf that both my mom and sister own.
For real?
Yes, it's that stupid scarf he was always wearing.
Well, thank you for jumping into my segment.
Do your
'cause that was
mom and
valuable
sister
info.
know that they both own the same scarf?
Yeah, it's a lady scarf.
That's a problem.
It's a
They
pattern
know?
for
Did they buy it
ladies.
at the same time?
Scarves for
I'm
women.
more concerned about, I'm not concerned. I'm just curious now. How does that happen? Was it mere coincidence?
No, it's like a popular pattern among women.
So is it the same
fashionistas.
exact scarf?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they make
Did you
them
just
in
call your mom
China.
a fascist?
They make them in China. They make scarves and orange chicken.
Among other things.
Yes,
Nope,
you're not
that's
wrong. No, I think Casey's right. There's
Yeah.
they do some other stuff over there.
Which brings me to my segment. What do they make in China?
Phones,
Shoes.
suicide nets.
And that's all. But The Bachelor.
That's not all. We already talked about orange.
Well, I was continuing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
list. I wasn't starting over.
I liked Peter until his self-pity tonight.
Oh. Yeah.
What was
He
this?
whined to Hannah about oh,
No, he's an angel. Stop it.
He's like, oh, you
Yeah,
lumped
literally.
why
me in.
ask if you're just gonna not even listen at all?
Yeah, no. When they were in the hot tub after they had they went to
pirta.
the Preets.
Pirta. Oh, the
Prita.
Preets.
Prita.
Pirts. No, you're
Pirts,
right.
Pirts,
Pirts. You're
Pirts.
right.
And they did their whole thing. They
In the
met
Pirts.
they met
Pierce
Latvanian
Brosnan.
Nick Offerman, not Nick Offerman, and his lovely YF, his wife.
Latvian Megan Malal E.
Yes. And they they did their spiritual curses, and they gave each other sensual curses to fall in love. And he said, "I curse you with my love," and she said, "I curse you with my love." And they smacked each other with tree branches, and then they went and they got all hot and sweaty with a poor cameraman in that sauna. That poor
Yeah, there was a cameraman in the Pirts with them.
Yeah, in the Pirt, excuse me.
Pirts.
Yes, Pirt.
Mind if I take my clothes off?
I just find it slightly inappropriate for you to bring up that cameraman's financial status on the show. He's
works
doing
hard.
the best he can.
He's in a
Well,
union.
I mean,
He's got
if
6
he's-
kids, man.
No, I mean
That's not easy.
Let's wrap it up.
Okay,
cameraman.
do you guys need a Pirts right
Put-
now?
Put a lens cap on it, and you won't have so many kids.
Hey, man, reel it in.
Oh,
True.
golly.
Hey, can we focus?
So who wants to DP?
This is
Niche.
Yeah, if you're into film, you're gonna love this.
Hell yeah.
Which brings us to Alex F's time. you know, Alex
I'm not
F.,
smart enough
you
for
have
this.
you have some really hard hitting, genuine takes about The Bachelor to share.
Oh wait,
Go ahead.
we never
We didn't-
said
we
the
didn't-
thing about Peter.
Yeah, so the thing about Peter, he ends up in the hot tub.
And
Shut
then-
up, he's
and,
perfect.
And then he said, he was like, I just didn't like that yesterday you like roped me in with the other guys when you were like, oh, all the guys are giving me drama. And it's like, I'm not giving you drama.
Yeah.
You know
Like-
who's not giving
like,
her
would you
drama?
say
that
that
was
to
not
me?
his tone.
Connors.
That was
It
not
might
his
as well
tone.
have been.
Yeah, he was
though.
like, would you have still said that to me if you had known that I'm falling for you?
1, 2, 3.
This was the week where everybody did the whole I'm falling for you.
I'm not
Oh,
in
they
love
all
with
had
you
their different
yet,
versions.
but
Yeah.
I'm close.
Like, I love the way that I feel about you right now.
Yeah, Garrett with the ultimate sidestep. I'm falling in love for you.
Yeah. It's what you want, isn't it? You're welcome.
I'm crushing on you hard for you.
Maybe it's time to let the old ways die.
What are you saying that about Mike's grandma?
Just listen to episode 1. It'll all make sense,
Yeah,
you guys.
You've
This
all
season-
listened.
I mean, Bridge, can you back us up on this one?
Big Bridge.
Bridge
Yeah, Bridge.
Thoops.
Hashtag be like Bridge.
She's the winner of the hashtag Batch Boys Big Bucks giveaway.
Lots of money.
And of course, she's a recurring character on the show now.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin, goodbye too. But Dustin had the hot take at the end, which I was like, Dustin was a nobody to me this whole time. I didn't like his nose ring. I didn't like him. But
Right,
on the
you-
way out, he said, maybe the reason Luke's still around is because she's already in love with him.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
and
a
then
hot
she
take.
said that. She's like, I might be. Or she's
Yeah, what the
driving
heck
me
was that?
crazy.
Private convo with Chris.
Because it's stupid.
Well,
He's
I think
stupid.
periodically Chris has to reintroduce himself because he disappears so much. Where Chris been? Where Chris airtime?
Where Chris B?
We're crispy.
Sometimes Chris be like it ain't, but it do.
Sometimes Chris did this. Dude just did this.
This dude just did this.
This Chris just did this.
Look, this Christmas I gave you my heart. And the very next day you gave it away. So
Don't
that's what
remind
this
me.
Chris did.
It probably is important for us to talk about the toxic behavior of Luke P a little bit.
Yes,
though,
we
right?
should dive into that.
The fact that he's telling a woman what she can and cannot do with her own body.
Woo, Casey.
Well,
I
for
love that
real,
Tyler
and
C pointed it out too. We to be fair, we pointed it out before him, saying
Yeah,
wasn't
we
he
had
the
the whole
one
thing about.
parading around in his underwear.
Well, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
The hypocrisy.
Yeah, it's
He's like,
stupid.
oh, I can be with my shirt off on you, but you can't be with your shirt off.
Well,
on
that's because of the
anyone.
talisman he wears around his neck. That keeps him safe.
The Horcrux.
His mithril
It's a
armor.
Horcruxifix.
saying it's a slap in his face. Like everything in her life revolves around him. Like he's so.
He's sick. He's seriously just sick.
No, he really is. He's a total narcissist.
I think she's gonna keep him to the fantasy suite so she can get that Horcrux off of him when he's least expecting
I hope
it.
not. No, because he's
during
gonna
the
talk
sleeps.
about like some kind of toxic, rhetoric about sex, and she's gonna yell at him. I like tonight that she said, "You don't own my body." I was like, "Hell yeah, that's like a thing this kind of
He
person
said, "Well, how
literally needs to
much?"
hear." Yeah, straight up.
Let me fight for that body.
I'm in the market.
Yeah, true. He just keeps saying how much he's gonna fight for her. It's like
Yeah.
so disgusting. Any man who like continually talks about needing to fight for a woman, like that's
You're
not
fighting, dude.
yeah,
I mean, technically
just-
like 8 other dudes, but
Well, all he does is like dig himself out of holes, like, and he's got an answer for everything. Like he's like, "Oh, like no, I'll do better." Like, "Oh, I see now why you said that. Like, I'll definitely change. Like, please, you have to forgive me. You have to forgive me."
if only the woodpecker cries, the
Men are
bark on the tree
canceled.
were as soft as the skies.
Absolutely.
what are you, Jed?
No, it's a holes
It
reference.
is.
for
It's
any of
Madame
you boys.
Zanoni.
Mm.
I knew that. I just
Dig 'em up
wasn't
now.
Gonna say it. Dig 'em up, oh. Dig 'em up, oh.
Now dig 'em.
But yeah, no, Luke is just mentally unstable. He's very sick. He has delusions of not grandeur, just like delusions of being like a human deserving of attention and
Of a
love.
religious figure visiting him in the shower.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, that too.
You mean his boyfriend, God?
Yeah, I'm starting to believe his boyfriend doesn't exist. Have you seen the news lately?
Well, I think he existed, but I think he's dead.
We killed him.
His boyfriend's a woman.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I believe it.
Just ask Ariana Grande.
Yeah, I believe his boyfriend's a woman, which is fine. That's okay. We support that here at the Batch Boys.
Oh, boyfriend, damn it.
Oh, boyfriend, where art thou? But yeah, he's a bad guy. And
Luke?
yeah. And I think it's a reflection of a pretty systemic problem in this country, one that I'm glad Hannah's taking on, head first.
Again, yeah, I'm just like super proud of her. I guess again, I like stereotyped her as a person born and raised in Alabama that she would not be on the
Set
right side of
values.
this argument.
And most of the time, you'd be right.
That seems like it.
But she's the exception.
Sorry to our fans in Alabama.
We're not. Move.
If you really liked us, you'd move.
Leave that cesspool of a state full of hate and indoctrination and terrible organizations.
Ooh,
Ah,
Case, another
yeah.
segment, the segment that never ends. Ooh. You know what I'd like to take a second to do? We said we'd shout out some commenters and reviewers. We didn't know we
Absolutely.
had them. And so we'd like to shout them out. This is huge content, you guys. Douglas Landfield commented on skipping
Douglas
Jed.
Landfill.
Oh, Douglas L. I'm so sorry,
Oh my
Douglas.
gosh,
I hope they don't dox you.
Dougie.
He commented, Jed with the girlfriend, ? Yes, Douglas,
Yes.
that's exactly
Thank
who
you,
we're
Doug.
talking about. We're skipping him for now, but he
Yes.
does have a girlfriend, and he is a controversial jerk. But
Yeah, see, this is the type of stuff we're talking about, Batch Boys Nation. When we say that we want to hear from you, it's people like Doug that let us know that you are paying attention.
they want engagement. They want yes or no questions.
We
that they
want
need.
an engagement.
Yeah.
And ads.
Exactly. We're all looking for an engagement. We know you're looking for ads. There's more coming up. AJS commented on Hannah's Double Trouble, which is a fantastic episode. You guys are hilarious. What a comment. What a comment. Case, feedback on that comment?
It's good.
It's a good
That
comment.
is a good comment. Thank you, AJ.
See, this is the kind of feedback
S.
we're looking for. Oh, we got a new follow, a subscriber, Spring Lavelle.
Spring L.
Oh, God, I
Spring
can't.
Love
just-
L.
Please don't dox these people for the
Just
love of
Fahim.
God.
That's it.
Just Fahim. And you can dox him on batchboys.net/Fahim. You can dox him and donate to us so we can get him off our backs. Lizzie and Richie say, what a season so far.
Liz E. Richie.
Nice. Thank you for correcting me. We're also reviewing the episodes on our YouTube channel. Well, we've never watched your YouTube channel.
And we won't.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
We might. If
We
they're
won't.
reviewing us,
I'm not gonna.
I'll watch it.
I certainly won't.
Follow for follow.
Yeah, we'll follow. Follow us. We'll follow you. You got it. It's a deal. And we got a review on iTunes. You want to read it, Jake?
I do. I would love to read this review on iTunes that I have in front of me right now. The title of this review is Cut Off. But the body of the review is, I love this podcast because it's about The Bachelor, but unlike any other Bachelor podcast. I adore the Batch Boys. They should consider doing another podcast about different topics. I could listen to them all day. Well, not literally all day. I would probably go insane. And then an upside down smiley face. And that's from Jessic. Thanks, Jessic.
We're sorry to hear that you're sick, Jess.
Yeah. Mental illness is very real.
Yeah, we're sorry what we've done to you, I suppose.
Yeah. We're so beyond blessed that you are willing to sacrifice your sanity, your mental health, just to listen to us. It means a lot. If you'd like to hear a spin-off podcast from these boys,
Oh, we got plenty
what
of
would
them.
it be? Is it the Flash Boys? Is it the Sprats Boys?
Is it what the F's the
Sprats
fix?
Boys.
Yeah. Yeah, what the tonight's the fix.
That's a new thing we're working on.
Yeah,
We'll
you'll
tell you
see.
about later.
You'll see.
Oh, you're gonna love it. I guess I'm just still screwed up about the time loop thing. It feels like we spent a lot of time stagnant in the terms of Hannah's journey to love, and I'm hoping some things happen next week because it's the final week before hometowns, and like someone needs to step up. I mean, Tyler is the only one. He's on his own level as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Really, right?
No, you know what I mean? Like, it's just Tyler is here, and he's finally getting involved with some of this drama. He's like, look, man, you just gotta stop. You know, it's your lane. You can't be telling other people about it. A puffy chest. You.
Yeah,
It's like that's what we like to see in a man. You
No,
know,
that's
that
puffy
says
chests.
husband material. One that can notice puffy chest.
He's passive aggressively puffing his chest. Know what I mean? Like, you know, Tyler he's in it to win it. Know what I mean? Like, he's gonna be the one for Hannah. Know what I mean?
He's pretty
Excuse me,
smart for a
ma'am.
general contractor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's good at what he does. And, you know, he brings his work into his personal life, and that's what you want. That's what you want from your future husband.
Yeah, he's given Hannah estimates about their whole life together. They've been off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
You know.
he talked to Garrett, you know, to get some understanding of maybe what they're working with. Because they
he's
skydived naked. Bungee jumped.
Absolutely. And Tyler, you know, he works and stands by the gold standard. You know, the abbreviated, you know, notation for standard is STD, man. It's standard. He's the gold standard.
Yeah, it's like Cam always said, STD, you know? Stay there, darling, because I'm coming for you.
It's like I've always said, STD, stay there, darling.
It's like I've always said, STD, shoot the dog.
It's a big old
All right, I'm
valuable.
going to STD and shut this down and just insist that we move on because
Yeah, cut
we
that.
still have so much left to do. We glossed over my pick, Luke P. Did you even forget? Did you forget he was my pick?
Were your eyes just glossed over the whole time we were talking down on him?
No, I just wanted to remind you that he was my pick and that
Are
here
you
I
happy
am.
with yourself?
You seem
I'm
happy.
As far as the game goes, which a lot of these contestants, they look at this as a game, so why shouldn't I? Boo-boo. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great segment right there.
Thank you. That was my segment. Surprise Yogi.
Oh, Yogi.
Hashtag get yoked.
Yeah, and that means different things depending on where you grew up. But yeah, no, I'm doing well. I called it from the get-go. He's still here. We're going into hometowns. He's going to hometowns. And so just wanted to take a sec to humble brag
Casey
about
picked
that.
Tyler. I don't even remember his last initial.
Tyler G.
Joe Swanson.
Forgone.
Well, I got screwed over by our order because Peter was my pick. So
I mean, Peter was all of our picks.
Yeah, but I picked last and I picked Tyler C, and so that means I'm a genius.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I know what you mean, especially because you picked that just to go against Mr. Casey here.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, yes.
Yeah, I mean.
Is that German?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
no,
Oh.
Bay.
It's Latvianian.
Yeah, I mean.
Gee whiz.
Sorry, Casey was just attacked by a snake. Audio listeners, it was massive, like a python.
Python Brian?
Didn't we close down that old zoo?
Well, yeah, but the animals had to go somewhere.
I knew we should have never built that thing on the eastern quadrant of the estate.
It's fine. We got people out there to take care of them.
Matt Damon.
Let's check their heart rate monitors. Oh, they're all dead. Oh no. All of
Uh-oh.
our animal controllers are
All
dead.
of the containment units are
This
open.
is a good We Bought a Zoo reference.
Oh man,
Thank
we
But it's
shouldn't
also got
have-
some Jurassic Park going on.
Yeah, we shouldn't have cooked up a dinosaur in that lab.
Nobody watched that movie.
We never should have played God.
Yeah.
And now he's dead.
And
At
neither-
least we didn't date him.
And neither should Luke. Honestly, that's a perfect transition. I feel like
Yeah.
straight up, he's playing God. Like,
Yeah.
he's like...
Yeah,
Here we
he's
go, here we
dating
go.
Hannah at the same time he's dating God. He's
so
playing
true.
him.
He's such a
Yeah.
player. But also, you know, like, he just is a perfect metaphor for this religion as a vessel for hate ideology that's just everywhere.
Control.
Yeah,
it's all about
like,
control.
Literally, it's like, oh, well, I'm like pray all the time, so that means I'm better than you, and I can tell you how to live your life, and like you're wrong for not living the way I live. Like,
Yeah, and have like definitely bragged about living. Like I don't, I
Yes.
do not understand. I genuinely do not understand the mindset. Like I understand that it's wrong and that he's very sick and misguided and that probably
He's not
was
sick. Stop
raised-
calling him sick.
Well, I'm
I
not
think
saying
he's,
he's
like,
sick like it's
something
not
wrong with
his
him.
fault.
No,
but,
he's
like,
dope.
Yeah, no,
He's
dude,
sick.
he's heckin' tight. I think I saved that.
No,
one.
I'm serious. So like to call this an illness like excuses these people. It's not an illness. They're not sick. They're arseholes.
Well, yeah, but if he's not getting a cure, then it's his fault. Just because he's sick doesn't mean
We
it's
should
not his
we
fault.
should send him to a.
But what if
a
he's looking
conversion
out the
camp?
window while he's sick and he sees Peter also sick in his
He's flying a
bed?
plane.
Yeah,
You
you
can't
have a
do
sick
that.
man in a plane, and it's like, and he goes to Hannah and he says, Hannah, like, I want you to be in my life. I see you being my future and blah blah blah, and like he can't pay his copay, so therefore he can't get the medication because he can't communicate. That's what the copay is.
Yes.
And then where you left? I guess here still because Hannah loves him.
Yeah, and like you could go see if at that point you might go see a pharmacist together, get a consultation. But at that point you're just fixing a problem with a Band-Aid.
You know, in Australia they're called chemists.
Ew.
Yeah, it's weird. It made me uncomfortable.
I like
what
it.
would,
I felt like I
It's
was
much
I
fancier.
felt like I was in an RPG.
What would an Australian
How do they say chemist? Chemist.
I'm gonna go to the chemist to buy some
Chemist.
cigarettes.
Australian
Go to-
for pharmacist?
Chemist. Gotta go to
go.
chemist.
Gotta
What
go.
would, what would an Australian pharmacist named Albert be called?
But hey, but
the chemist.
Jave.
but the chemist. But the chemist.
I was thinking alchemist.
Dude.
Why would you assume that Albert would be abbreviated as Al?
Yeah, I feel
we
like
all
Al
went
is
to
typically
Bert.
Alan.
That was
Yeah.
surprising.
You should have
Al.
said Alan.
Yeah.
Like Alan Yankovic.
Like weird Alan.
Strange Alan.
Australian singer, strange Alan Yankovic.
Strange Alan.
Yo, could you guys imagine a world where the Beatles didn't exist?
Sounds like a terrible movie
Strange
idea.
Alan didn't exist.
I actually want to.
Does anybody- Wait,
No, I
Of course
actually
you
think
do.
it's good. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
it looks like a fun
interesting.
little
It looks
romp.
cool.
So stupid.
I would love to see a movie where Weird Al didn't exist, and only one guy knows all Weird Al songs, and he gets super famous. And Ed Sheeran gets on that
I love Rocky Road. Everyone's just losing their minds.
Who is this guy?
He's gonna be big.
You're gonna catch me
hat?
white nerdy.
Oh man.
Where's a poodle hat?
It's like, you guys, you have never, and I mean never, heard. Oh God, what's the song?
eBay.
No, a long time ago.
Jedi, far
I
away.
can still remember
American Pie.
American Pie. You have never heard American Pie like this, and it's thank you so much.
Yes, excellent.
Had to get to that. Had to get to it.
Final thoughts.
Yeah, I'd
Who do
watch
you think?
that over the stupid Beatles movie. Anyways, final
Oh,
thoughts.
yeah.
Who?
I just yeah.
What?
Who do you think's going to hometowns? Final four.
Luke.
I don't know. Peter, Tyler C, Luke, and Jed.
Yeah, Connors and Mike are out.
Next week. Yeah, it's two are out. Connors and Mike. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't be.
You know Luke makes the fantasy, so.
So Garrett,
not trying to
Garrett, Jed, Luke,
Oh, we forgot about Garrett.
Garrett, Jed, Luke, and Tyler.
Stupid baby.
Right? There's 6 left.
I hate Garrett
6
so
left.
much.
Switch out Peter and Garrett.
Yeah, but Garrett and her have this like home court
Oh,
advantage.
wait.
You know what I'm saying?
Mike,
Know what I mean?
Peter, Luke, Garrett.
Yeah, they're both from a terrible state.
Well,
Where's he from?
Yeah, she seems better adjusted than
Alabama.
him.
Is he from Alabama?
Actually, I don't think he is.
No, I'm pretty sure he is.
I'm pretty sure he's from North Carolina.
We could check it
Garrett.
out on the batchboys.net.
Grit.
Grit. E-Grit.
Yeah, it is probably Garrett and Mike who are going home next week, huh?
my queen.
Well,
Wayne Connors.
It's gonna be a big surprise. Can't wait.